Hey everyone. Today we're going to look at an example of how to simplify radicals. So today we're going to look at an example that's got variables, it's got whole numbers, and we're going to learn how to break the whole thing down and simplify it. So what we need to remember is if I see a whole number, I got to take and use a factor tree, and then I can pull a pair of numbers out. So square root of 75 has a pair of 5s, so I can pull out one pair, and 3 is unpaired, so I have 5 times the square root of 3. 500 has a pair of 10s. It's 10 times 10 times 5. So I can pull out one pair of 10s. 17 is a prime number I can't do anything with. And then 108, if you did the prime factorization for, you'd have 3 3s and a 4. So you could pull out one group of 3 3s. So let's see what happens when we have a number out front, we have a number inside, when we have variables. So we're going to deal with the 98 first. We're going to find the prime factorization. So 98 is 2 times 7 squared. We're then going to write it all out. I have the square root of 2, and I have the square root of 7 squared, so I can pull out one pair of 7s. So I pulled out one 7, and then I multiplied 2 and 7 to get 14. Square root of 2, we can't simplify any further. And now we got to look at what happens when we have x cubed and y to the 7. So we got to think about this in terms of pairs as well. X cubed is 3 x's multiplied by each other. So we can pull out one pair and have one left over. So the one pair, this is really square root of x squared, which just pulls out as 1x. And we're left with 1x inside. Now y to the 7th, we can make 3 pairs from 6 of the y's, and then we still are left with 1y inside the square root because it's unpaired. Now I can put all that together, and I have my 14. I pulled out my 1x, my 3 pairs of y's, so y cubed, and I'm left with the square root of 2x and y. And it cannot be simplified any further because my exponents here are 1, and my index is 2, and square root of 2 is prime, so I can't factor that down any further, so I can't pull out any pairs from there. So my final answer is 14xy cubed multiplied by the square root of 2xy. And that's how we simplify radical expressions.